Welcome back to the channel, guys, the Psychotic Circus of Savannah. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to subscriber Chris Paybon for hooking me up with this super fresh to death Cleveland Indians hat. As some of you know, I collect hats. I have I guess this would make 113, and it is so clean, and from my understanding, Cleveland is no longer selling this particular hat because it's racially insensitive. Anyway, back to what this video is about. You guys have been asking me if I'm going to talk about the trailer, the Spirit Halloween trailer, the Graveyard Shift trailer. I'm super excited. And part of the reason that I didn't really show a video beforehand is because if you were a member of my Discord, we saw this a while ago. I didn't want to necessarily leak out all of the information because some people would have been upset. A lot of you guys cried about what I did show, so imagine if I would have shown this too soon. I can imagine it would have stirred up a bunch of BS. Those in my Discord were really excited to see it early, and we talked about it very early. But for those of you who are not in my Discord, hey, it's in the description. You should join. Do it. I wanted to go ahead and give you my 2 cents. So let's check it out together, and I'll let you know exactly what I feel about Spirit Halloween's 2021 lineup. So first and foremost, this says it's a preview, and I know that when this dropped, a lot of people were thinking that Spirit Halloween was really gonna make a full-fledged movie about animatronics. One, that movie would be fucking boring, and 2, they weren't going to do it. They're calling it a preview because these props are not available to us yet. Please understand, this is what they meant by it. It was a very stupid way of doing it, but this is what they did. I know a lot of you were let down when this did drop because you were sitting around waiting. So immediately, boom, they come right out the box with one of my favorite movies and one prop that I am definitely gunning for this year, Shorty from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You can actually switch his hand between the boxing gloves and his bare hands. In my opinion, I have no idea where you would ever use the bare hands. The boxing gloves are the place to be when it comes to Shorty. Mr. Howell. We get our first glimpse of Mr. Howell. Before, we only saw him in the blueprint. He's all right looking. He's got spina bifida or something going on with his back. Grim is pretty damn cool. We see later on that he has a lot of articulation. I think it was kind of their way of getting something neat to match with Home Depot's 12-foot skeleton. Buzzsaw. This guy is what everybody has been talking about. He's a beast. He has one hand that is a hammer, one hand that is a spinning circular saw. He just freaking looks terrifying. Buzzsaw right now is the talk of the town. Henry Hustle, I was completely wrong. I thought his face was gonna flip around. We find out later on that his face does not flip around, and based off of the blueprint that we saw earlier this year on Spirit's website, it actually does pop up as some of you had expected. I already purchased Henry Hustle. The second he went up for sale, I went ahead and purchased him. Ghostface from the Scream series coming around the corner with a pretty cheap looking knife. The Caretaker, not really a fan of. Night Stalker, his laugh is freaking annoying. And again, another one that I'm not really a fan of. Beetlejuice, I actually think this is pretty cool. Wacky Mole. We knew he was coming back, as I said. I see that he now has SVI shoes or something that is similar to SVI shoes. I absolutely hate the original Whack-A-Mole shoes. I know everybody loves them. I know that you guys are going to be like, oh my God, talk about Whack-A-Mole, Whack-A-Mole, Whack-A-Mole. He looks identical. His face is exactly the same. Spirit Halloween, thank you so much for doing this. He looks great. He looks exactly how he was when we originally fell in love with him. You didn't do this weird Uncle Charlie bullshit that you did in 2020. However, because he looks exactly the same, I personally have no reason to purchase him because I have the original Whack-A-Mole. So really, realistically, other than his shoes. But I am glad he's back, and I'm happy that so many more people are going to be able to have him. So we flash through some of these guys, and we also see a couple other people that we weren't really expecting to see, such as this girl with the creepy demon behind her. Her eyes move as he moves from side to side. This weird inflatable looking ghost thing that really reminds me of like Spirit Halloween from 20 years ago in a good way. I think it's really cool, more classic, it's more original. We see a shot of Barry, but we knew about Barry. Some people have already purchased him and received him. To me, it's eh. Here we get the very first glimpse at a new clown that hasn't been discussed and was not leaked. Right here is where, when I first saw this live, my interest went through the roof. And we'll get into him in just a bit. I want to go through this trailer a little bit more. Here's another shot of something we did not see and we did not expect. Bloody Bag of Jokes. I literally, the week before Trans World, almost spent $400 on a Bloody Bag of Jokes original. I'm glad that I can now buy the re-release. He looks identical again. Spirit Halloween, thank you so much for listening to us and not giving everybody the weird Kardashian plastic surgery procedures that you gave to Uncle Charlie last year. Super excited for this. And here we also see like this Baphomet, Beelzebub type of Lucifer character. I think he's kind of cool. He could have been a little scarier. Essentially, it's just a dude with a goat head. You know, a lot of the creepy cloth looking vibe, but it's interesting. I'm surprised that they used it because of the religious imagery. I think it's a pretty neat touch. Here we see the bride for the first time in great detail. We originally saw her on the leaks that I had shown on my channel. Later on, it shows her face a little bit better, and you can tell that her face looks very, very, very realistic. The head she's holding doesn't look so realistic, but her face, at least on this prototype, looks incredible. Here we get a very, very, very good view of Harriet Hustle, and she swings from a trapeze. She has a knife in her mouth. She looks pretty realistic as well. I imagine it's just going to be a rocking back and forth, maybe a head turning piece, but I'm very interested in her too. I'm probably going to be purchasing her as well. I am so happy that Spirit Halloween listened to some haunters and made a female clown. Every female clown I ever see from anybody, they have her over-sexualized, wearing a bikini top with some big breasts hanging out. Finally, they gave us something that was scary, that represented a little bit of diversity. I'm glad I can now incorporate a girl in my haunt because I have female actors or actresses in my haunt, and then a bunch of male animatronics. So at least this changes it up a little bit. Is that one a real person? Is that one not? Thank you so much, Spirit Halloween. You've really been listening to us. Here we see the two-headed ice cream clown. I'm not sure what the real name is. And you can see for a brief second that there's actually some movement of moving the arm back and forth with that kid inside. The kid's face sculpt looks super gnarly. The clown altogether looks super gnarly. It looks like it's gonna be very tall. I'm expecting 7.5 feet. The ice cream cone seems a little not realistic, and they could have done something completely different with it. I enjoy the clown, not necessarily the ice cream cone, and you know I already enjoy having kids being tortured by my animatronics, but very excited for this one as well. I love how they're missing teeth, eyes glowing yellow, this creepy like bald look. They're not identical faces. They do have a little bit of difference between the two. Super excited for that one. Your dream job becomes a nightmare. I mean, realistically, my dream job is not working in a factory. Personally, my dream job would be to fucking eat ice cream and watch TV and shut the fuck up. Now this piece here, I'm not sure what it's named, but we can see later on it kind of pans out a little bit, and you can see him going from maybe about 2.5 feet to what looks like maybe 11 feet. Huge. I imagine it doesn't pop up violently, that it grows slowly, but his outfit looks like a trash bag. Looks like laziness. Even his hands and his, I mean, it doesn't even look like he has LED eyes. Looks like he has old, like, I don't know. To me, this guy, it's cool that he raises so high, but he looks just fucking cheap. Another shot of Bloody Bag of Jokes, looking wonderful, looking identical to what he was when he was originally released. Here we have some kind of crate where a hand shoots out at you. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it's really worthy to be in the Graveyard Shift trailer, but I mean, whatever. Another shot of the Clown Cone boys, looking crazy, crazy menacing here. I told you. Tell me that doesn't look like Katy Perry. Go get your mom right now, because you probably don't know who Katy Perry is. I'll wait. Go grab your mom. Hey, Mom! And ask her what celebrity she thinks this is. I'm going to wait right now. Go get her. Go get her right now. Go get her. I'll wait. You got her? Your dad'll do then. He probably knows Katy Perry better. Go get him. Hey, sir, doesn't this animatronic look just like Katy Perry? Exactly. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're excused now. Thank you. We get an awesome view of Mr. Howell here. For some reason, he's got his shoulders all hunched up like, I don't know, what do you want from me, eh? But I love that his mech makes him literally lift up and howl at the moon. It looks really cool. Looks like a traditional grave grabber. I don't see the big deal. And just when we thought Pennywise was over, that he's been played out for the last 5 years, nope, we're gonna have a new Pennywise prop. Comes at the end. I told you guys before when I did my leak video that there was a hidden animatronic right there in clear sight. Some of you guys guessed it. It was a sewer piece. And oh, guess what? You thought it was done. Pennywise, that doesn't look very well painted. So you guys wanted to know what I thought, and realistically, I thought that Home Depot came out so strong it was gonna be a one-round knockout, and well... Spirit Halloween, you had gained my faith again. I don't know why I ever doubted you when it came to how you were releasing stuff, what you were gonna release. It looks incredible. There's a lot of stuff I'm excited about. And realistically, there's a lot of stuff that I think is like, eh. Now, I'm sure that you guys have your own opinion and that you may or may not agree with my opinion. I know I focus on clowns, you probably don't. I mean, who else in the world only focuses on one type of scare? But be on the lookout for the next couple days. We're gonna be dropping a video about each individual trailer that has come out. We're also gonna do one of these for Home Depot's lineup, which I am also thoroughly impressed with. So far, I've counted about 7 animatronics that I'm gonna be getting this year. And that's just what's been rolled out as of now. So how about you tell me, out of this trailer, what is the one, you only get to name one, what is the one animatronic you're surprised about? Not necessarily what you want, but what you're surprised about. It could be something totally cool, it could be something totally lame, it could be just something that came out of left field and you're like, the fuck was that? As always, like, share. I know you guys like the channel. I know you comment all the time, but share it. Come on, share. I'm gonna beg you, motherfucker. A little bit of share, please. Oh, don't make me do that. If you like it, your friends are gonna like it. And if your friends like it, then they're just as crazy as you are. With that being said, as always, happy haunts.